Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the archives. Little bit weird of a camera angle. Moving forward, I bought some monitor arms, so we're gonna be a little. It's gonna take some adjustments. I'm getting used to, but we're gonna try our best to, get used to things. I apologize about yesterday's stream, specifically Monday. I got called in to work. I didn't have much of a choice in that matter. As I said in the very long Discord tirade that I had the other day, one of my coworkers that gets most of the hours called in sick for the entirety of last week and partially this week. So I was left to cover up most of what was needed to be covered. Got a lot of hours, gotta get a lot of money, but wasn't exactly conducive to streaming last week. And now all of a sudden my fucking capture card isn't working. I am on fixing that. I'm doing my best to get that sort of sorted. I need to send a message to EVGA, the guys that made it. I have an Arxar 1 Pro, so I'm going to see if I can get it RMA'd. It should still be under warranty, maybe get it replaced, or just buy a new one if that doesn't work. They're not super expensive, but I really wanted to play Xenoblade last night, but and I probably would have played Sonic Frontiers had I not been experimenting with that fucking thing for like 2 hours trying to get it to work. I figured out it's definitely a problem with the stupid brick, though, because I tested like 5 different cables and I tested it in several configurations. I reinstalled the drivers and everything, so I don't know what the fuck is going on with it, but what can you do? Regardless, we're back with Final Fantasy XIV, Heavensward. So we are going to sort of get a little, just keep moving. I haven't been able to play a lot since last stream. As I said, I've been incredibly busy. I don't know how long I'll be up tonight, given that I do have work in the morning, but we'll sort of see. We'll figure it out. And as per my initial thing, as per the Discord message, once Sonic Frontiers is done, we are permanently going to 2 Final Fantasy XIV streams a week for the foreseeable future. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get through all of the remainder of the expansions and everything. I don't know how long it's going to even take us to get through just Heavensward and get into Stormblood. But we're going to figure it out. And I'm sure there will be millions of other things that I can do in this game to fucking stream it while on those days. But regardless, let's continue. Let me move us over to the actual screen. Where the fuck is it? It's over here. If I'm ever like looking up this way, like how I am now, it's because I swapped this most monitor, which is what my OBS had before, over to a vertical monitor. So OBS is at the top. It's probably not the greatest decision given the fact that it's kind of weird if it's very obvious I'm looking over at OBS and looking over a chat if I'm fucking looking up and to the right. But, what can you do? We're getting things sorted out. But regardless, let's go ahead and get fucking started. Last time we left off, Resvelger really didn't want to help us, which is entirely fair given the fact that his people were fucking killed for no good reason, because Elizans from 1,000 years ago were kinda dicks. Honestly, if there wasn't a whole bunch of people in fucking Ishgard, they probably deserve it. Just a little, But what can you do? We have to do the goody two-shoes thing of saving everybody. So I'm sure it'll end up resolving itself into something peaceful. No new job quests or anything to do. As I said, I haven't really been playing a lot. I've done a couple things. Like, I got my little minion of light, my little Final Fantasy 1 style black mage over here. to sort of fit. I've been putting a bunch of time into things like Palace of the Dead, because I really want to get good at that and unlock the solo nameplates for that. But so far, I haven't even managed to fucking... the fuck do I get up there again? I haven't even managed to get to floor 50 yet. So, you know, slowly but surely. It's given me an opportunity to play and test out a bunch of different classes, although I think I've already said that several times on previous streams, so... whatever. Where am I going? I think I'm going up here. Yeah, I am. Also, if it isn't obvious, I still have not gone off stream and done the Aether Currents. Yet again, I have forgotten to do something, and will hopefully remember to do it if I can get a fucking day or two off. But currently not looking great. Because first it was my assistant manager, who had a bunch of hours calling in sick because she was like with the flu and couldn't fucking come into work for like a week and a half. And now my fucking actual manager, he's like having a family emergency, which is completely fair. Just means I have to come in a lot, earn more money. You know, it's great, except I don't get a lot of time to do this. But regardless, what are we doing now, Fino? Estinian, Isail. Yeah, gotta go kill Nidhogg. You know how it is.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Good fucking question.
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You have a better suggestion?
You cannot still mean...
Oh, fuck.
But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
I mean, to be fair, if he doesn't continue the war, Nidhogg will kill literally everybody in Ishgard, so... not really much of a choice.
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
Like, don't get me wrong, I think we could probably do it. We are the Warrior of Light. We've probably fought worse, but...
in close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And if the tales are true, the Warrior of Light has bested many an invincible foe.
I have. My reputation precedes me, as
but
always.
Such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
So we gotta go find his lair and
be
kill him.
Blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
Yeah, literally, her entire life is a lie. Yeah, their entire purpose. But you just fuck her, right? Well, let's leave her. She'll figure it out, I'm sure. Definitely, and I'm sure this will go perfectly. Hey. Yeah, sorry. Really don't have time to stand around and just wait for you to get better. We got things to do and people to save. Let's see. Easiest way back is probably down here. So what? We're just gonna kill dragons until we figure it out? Alright. Just gonna keep going, huh? Alright. Lay waste to everything in our path. You kidding me? I can't jump down there? Let me... God damn it. Probably would have been faster to just teleport to the other Aether, to hit the other fucking Aetherite and fucking go from there, but, need to get used to these new areas still. Alright, more dragons to murder. Let's go. God, our damage is insane, as always. Alright. I'm assuming we're gonna go up this way. Because I kind of find it odd if we went over here and then had to climb back up that way. Of course, I kind of find it hard to believe that Nidhogg would be this close. Like, we killed his mate, like, not too far away if he's, like, up here. Aether current? tank that. Impressive. Okay, I very clearly made a mistake. I keep looking up to go see if to go and make sure everything is still running properly, when I very clearly should have it down here, so I can, like, so it doesn't look fucking terrible whenever I look up to make sure the stream is running smoothly. Let me make a couple adjustments to where my placement is. Okay, that's better. As I said, still getting used to this. And since my monitor setup is entirely different than it was before. Yep, give me that quest so I can have that Aether Current. I mean, it's right here. We might as well just kill these things. Come on. Give me that fucking Aether Current.
Is that it?
Looks ominous enough to be the part. Fist apart.
Aye, that would be the Eyrie. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated.
A fucking grin.
Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. It will be just like the good old days, no?
I don't know if I'd call them good old days, especially since we're in almost exactly the same situation we were in last time. But, sure. It's always good to see Sid again. A force of sufficient power to break through a primal's defense might conceivably grant us the access to the Eyrie. And I can offer no better solution. Pray consult this engineer friend of yours. Very well. On the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. And steal all the glory for yourself, you mean? Nay, I'm not so selfish as that. Contact me by Link Pro when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. I suggest we rendezvous back at Saint Renette's Forum. From what I gleaned of the Holy Sea's decidedly ambitious airship project, Sid will still be in Ishgard. Okay. Back to Ishgard, I guess? This is an Ishgard, yes? Yep. love how the fucking minion of light waddles around when you sprint. It's really trying to keep up. When last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, or mayhap even the Skysteel manufactory. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is, who? Sir Aymeric would seem the obvious choice, but there's no guaranteeing he will be able to grant us an audience at short notice. Ah, I have it. Count Edmund's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy Sea's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Menelaine is about. Or we could just go talk to Tataru. I mean, she also seems to be pretty up-to-date on all the most recent rumors, but alright, we'll go talk to fucking Emma. Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old girl? Well, I trust. In search of a Sid Garland, you say? And say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and the name of the silver-haired genius has cropped up more than most. I hear he has been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. 'Twould seem that the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I'll wager their master does too. Airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, we must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. Thanks, Emma. You were actually useful for once. Good job. Slow clap. Haha. Oh, airship landing's up here. Yeah. Hey, Biggs and Wedge are also here. Oh, it's good to see you guys. How fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I am sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we have a need of a favor. Another wind barrier? You say it was conjured by Nidhogg. The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but you would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. The Dravanians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. But there must be something we can do, some manner of weapon we could employ. Estinian stands vigil at the edge of the churning mist, but we do not know how much longer. Oh, I fucking missed that one. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave that new toy of yours a proper field test. It's probably best if I let the lad show you. Come on, the manufactory's not far. I think I'm gonna fucking no one look elf now. Oh, come on. I'm sure whatever they're planning, it'll be totally fine. Definitely. It won't involve any risk to life and limb in at all, I'm sure. A little project's just inside. Oh, you're gonna like this one.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
A fucking what? Oh my god. It's like a private one-person airship.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
Oh, don't fucking flatter
The
yourself,
design
Garland. You
does,
figured out
however,
plenty
come
of
with
things.
one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio is bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, lots of places you can't.
Well,
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
oh. Tataru.
Tataru, what's happened?
The fucking Wedge's
I've
voice.
been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace the Sultana.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the mana cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm always down to assist my boy Robon. Still confused what happened to the rest of the Scions. Like, you'd think they would have been imprisoned with Raubon if they were captured, like they wanted them to. General Raubon says they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts, and he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come. Pressing though Ishgard's plight may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Mana Cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanalan and lend what aid we may. Tataru, our friends at the congregation, send a message to Estinian. Tell him that we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphino. To the Waking Sands, Warrior of Light. 'Tis past time Ulda was delivered from this darkness. Yeah, I just hope that it doesn't devolve into another, oh, we go there for 5 seconds and then run into a roadblock and then have to come back later. I should still have some Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets. God, such a fucking cool mount. Alright.
Thank you for coming.
Ah, Raban. How's it going?
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I need to get you like
I gather you have made
mechanical
progress in
armor or
the search for
something,
her
buddy.
grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery.
Also, Papa Sean, isn't that the Lalafell we met in fucking mission 1, like level 1 starter quest of Ul'dah?
There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady in waiting, Meriel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
Let's go. That fucker deserves apprehension.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar.
No, don't skip cutscene.
But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours?
Fuck yeah. They fucking tried to frame me for the Sultana's death. I don't take shit like that lightly.
I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friend. For Nanamo, and for Ul'dah!
Back into the fucking fire, baby. This is what I'm talking about. Hey, you, Geary. Our target is Miriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Miriel is still in hiding there. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. She'll get what's fucking coming to her. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear of this. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure she's back, just not for long. And what brings you to our lonely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage just doubled our population. Looking for Meriel, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. I wonder why. Muriel. Ah, she's here. Left for the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. It's the one closest to the market entrance. Hey, how's it going? It's been a while. Good to see you again. But we just gonna wait for her to turn around and notice us?
You are Muriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
Hi.
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me.
Oh, yeah, cute.
General Alden.
Now, Rabon, I know you're angry, but let's not, you know, the last time we resorted to murder, it didn't end well for you. So let's take it back a little bit. I know you're angry. Buddy, I wish we could,
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap 'twould be better coming from me.
Wow! Showed your face directly. Didn't expect that.
Lonorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison.
A very, quiet.
You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan.
Mm-hmm.
I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
This doesn't explain a lot of things, though, buddy. It doesn't explain why the Crystal Braves attempted to kill us and our boy Rabon. It doesn't. There's a lot of open holes in this problem here.
You conniving little worm. You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed.
You're not exactly making it easy not to kill you right now, buddy.
Ill Bird's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teleji Adeleji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
I don't like this. This isn't gonna end well. I don't trust this fucker for a moment. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him, and I think I could throw him pretty far reasonably, actually, because he's tiny.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
I don't think this is gonna stop her from, you know, wanting to bring about a republic instead of maintaining the sultanship. Or... where the fuck are you going? Why the fuck aren't we going? Don't we want to see this? Make sure it goes well, you know, just in case? We're just gonna stand here and wait for things to happen? Like, come on. By the 12, I feared Lord Lolorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Little did I suspect that he, of all people, would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. Shall we also make our way to Uldar? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Lolorito was still totally on board with the Scions being tried for the fucking assassination of the fucking Sultana. Like, this is... are we forgetting that? And even if it wasn't specifically him, and it was entirely Ilbert that applied that entire thing. Like, are we serious? He was completely complicit. There's no way he's gonna get away with this, or that we're gonna allow him to get away with this, right? Please? I would like very much to kill that man myself. You know, maybe we should play it safe. Maybe we should, you know, test out the vial you're about to feed Nanamo instead of, again, just assuming that it'll work. You know, just to be safe, just in case they're, this is another, like, attempt to frame us yet again. You know, maybe just dig a little bit. Like, she's fine, she's just sleeping. We could take a couple days, analyze the thing, make sure it's not actually poison or anything. No? Okay, well, yeah, just gotta hope that this goes well. Damn, that fucking look on Raubon's face.
I was having the longest dream.
'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands. Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she's none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
I find it very hard to believe that Lolorito is just okay with it handing the government over to the citizens as a republic.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrias. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
Oh, phenomenal. Great. Love that.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight.
Nope, fuck.
My
God damn it.
lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
Another fucking ship. Fucking that kind of a ship, too.
'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed.
That was fast.
Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same.
Yeah, we still have the Crystal Braves to deal with. They're still out wandering about the place. They're still occupying our home in Mordona.
I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed
Peace
the
was
Braves
never
to
an
fall
option.
prey to corruption.
We got a bunch of people to go deal with. They got dragons to go kill. We just learned that the fucking Ishgardian government are, like, not great. And now we've got the fucking Crystal Braves.
As ever,
Still really wish
it
I
is
could
to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration.
kill Lolorito myself because
Like
he's a
you,
fucking asshole. But
I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship.
looks like
and
we're just
give
gonna
mine
brush
all
that
for
off
the
for the
cause.
moment.
Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alfino, proud member of the Scions.
Yeah, the Crystal Braves like commander business. It didn't really suit you, Alphino. This is probably for the best. I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil. But the fact remains, there is no person alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the ball of my despair. Oh, we're still going with Crystal Brave stuff, huh? Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. I am assured that Her Grace will make a full recovery. I, and Ulda too, shall flourish once more. General Rauban and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Ugiri, a question, if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know of how things stand at the Rising Stones? Yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilberd's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you. To me? I see. I'm grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their service. shall be my final act as Crystal Braves commander. Will you join me? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. Alright, more donut. Such a short-lived group. But what can you do? When it's rotten from the core from the very beginning, it's bound to fall downhill very quickly. Commander? You're alive? Yeah, and the Warrior of Light, too. I knew you'd scrape through. Ariel, my boy, it's good to see you, buddy. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you, all of you. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. Bah. You'll not hear us complaining. 'Twas a sight messier than expected, aye? But we was still fighting for freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? You humble me. I'm truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know you've a mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We've talked it over, see, and we all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks, but we won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves... The Crystal Braves may be finished, but their ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us each to each other, and to you. Commander, Alphino, our minds are made up, so you may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Menphilia and the others. Yeah, they're still wondering where the fuck they are. Any luck so far? You know, still very concerning what happened to them. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. Well, that's good to see. At least there are a couple people left that are willing to help. Pray excuse me. I had thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constancy of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty. But as Thaliak is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm. Specifically, Oriange in the Waking Sands, and Tataru in Ishgard. While you were organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. Things are progressing pretty quickly. Like, maybe I read it wrong, but it looked like this quest was level 54? Getting through this a lot faster than I thought we would. Oh, I just fucking missed him. Hi, Sid. How's it going? How in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Mana Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fort Tom Manor. A dragoon by the name of Astinian was looking for you. I thought Astinian was still watching over fucking the Aerie, but, alright. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Oldens, then? Mr. Sitaru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these mana cutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the area, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Aymeric? I think we might have kept him in the dark long enough. Yeah, it's probably best to talk to him. It might be best to not tell him everything, given the fact that we did learn a lot of secrets about the past and, you know, all of the history between the Elizons and the dragons. But, you know, tell him that we're at least gonna go hopefully kill Nidhogg, you know. Maybe. Sir Aymeric has been eager to speak with you. Pray proceed.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the Mana Cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Astinian told.
Well, it was kind of worth it.
Aye.
Oh, fuck.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Astinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
So are we just going to discount the fact that if we lose or if you fall at any point, Nidhogg can just take his eye back and gain a lot of power? Are we just gonna not talk about that?
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these Mana Cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no.
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
I don't know, because it's very important and a massive fucking risk.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons.
But
to
I
the
guess,
goons,
yeah,
Sir
no, let's
Knight.
not talk about that.
Your duty to
not think
command
about
the
that.
city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are
That's
others.
true.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander.
So Ameryk's not going with us?
What? You too, Master Alphino. By the Fury. You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your
You
skills.
didn't even let him speak. He might not even be saying that. Just assumed.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Yeah. I mean, you were right,
Well, my
but...
friend, would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong, but like... Still... I have pricked Master Alphino's pride, I fear. But had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on adversaries such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. Wow, we're on level 55 quests already. But at the same time, it's a level 55 quest. There's no way we're gonna kill Nidhogg here, is there? There's no way we're just gonna get this over with now. It's not gonna happen. We have to have a final fight of some sort, right? I mean, it could be wrong, but I'm not holding our breath with our success here. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of these mana cutters. Okay. I jumped down there unless it was necessary. Oh, friend, the cutters are ready when you are. A finer adjustment cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties tear through the will tear through that wind barrier like a cement drill through cottage cheese. And that, my friends, is Garland Ironworks' guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, Warrior of Light, the dread worm awaits. Ominous. The Eyrie. Oh, hello there. Now we only this will be the second dungeon we've done in this entire expansion. I'm gonna assume there's optional dungeons too. Oh, certain. All right, let's do this. I'll have to check what level I am. Oh, it reverted my instant portrait again. I really gotta make sure that to keep that up to date. Oh, hello. You're big. The fuck was that? This is a long cutscene. Alright, level 56, so I don't have my force spell still. I do have an enhanced flare, though. Which I really got to remember to use at the end of the fire rotation. The don't die was asking for probably a bit much. Oh wait. Actually, it's probably best if I just return to starting point, isn't it? Probably. I I don't know how long the cooldown on res is. I'll just return. Well, we get to observe the nice scenery for a minute. Cat aggro is real. Fucking love this game. I need more fucking whiskey. I don't need that. Good fire starter proc. Let's go. close. I almost got hit by that. Such a small area. Didn't even need the healing. It's fine. We made it. I really need to set up like an emote bar. Or at least memorize all the macros and shit. Well, I got a second. Oh, or are we gonna... If I got a second, might as well pour out some more scotch. Got Ardbeg wee beastie tonight. It's pretty decent scotch. How's it going this fine evening? Ow, ooh, a gun. I'll breathe that. I don't need it, but I do want to level my penis at some point. It's good. Alright, let's see, what do we got? I don't know what I was expecting, but of course it's more dragons. What else would it have been? I see. That is a lot of fucking dragons. Holy fuck. I did not mean to repress too. It didn't matter, everything died. We're good. We're fine. I really don't gotta use transpose. Yep, I'm a black mage. It's the job I started with. I didn't even know that AoE was coming. I just happened to set up in the correct place, I guess. That was just me misunderstanding the fucking AoE. I thought it was out of it, when very clearly I was in it. Oh, white mage. Nice. I've been meaning to get into a healer. I just haven't really decided on 100% what I want to get into yet. Astrologian was the first thing that really jumped to me. But I've always been a sucker for, like, card shit, like, cards and stuff. dodging AoEs today. I see what's happening. Fucker broke my stats. How fucking weird. I'm not getting hit this time. Let's go. Oh, now you kill him. Yeah, and as expected, don't really get to kill Nidhogg. Orchestration. I don't really need either of those. I'll grade them, but all right. So how is this going to go? Very poorly. Hi, Nidhogg. Coming back around for a second attack, huh? God, that eye is really effective. I'm sorry, what? You're a what?
No worm! This ends here!
I mean, there's no way it's gonna be this easy, right? Oh, well, there he goes. That fucking... That was a horrifying grid. That wasn't a mission accomplished grin. That was like, I'm taking big, huge enjoyment out of this. Probably a little too much enjoyment, to be frank. Also, you weren't wrong when you said your armor was going to be stained crimson.
gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
Yeah, that's probably really gross. He probably smells terrible. Also, I really gotta pay closer attention to fucking Heavensward AoEs, apparently. Because it really looked to me like that AoE was... I was out of it. I probably should have assumed by the fact that everybody else was standing what looked to be inside to me that I shouldn't have been standing there, but, you know, lesson learned. I mean, it happens. Not everybody can play 100% perfectly all the time. Especially not when they just got done dealing with a cat that had been bothering them the entire dungeon. What sort of untoward truths are we learning here? Yeah, I kind of figured as much. Cats don't necessarily stop screaming. I have 3 of them. Used to have 4. They can certainly be like that.
They are ours, Lord Haldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
I mean, that's honestly fair. Like, the first couple times I did tank and, like, ran tank in dungeons after playing DPS for fucking 120 hours, it was like, where the fuck do I go? All I do is follow the tank. What do I do now? Even though, you know, going through, you'd think playing the same early game dungeons over and over and over again, you'd think,
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world.
Also, I'm sorry, we're witnessing the pass through the echo here, and Nidhogg already lost both eyes?
But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead.
I mean, that's fair.
So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins, and still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldrath, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, it is plain that Ishgard has no need of a king.
Yeah, this probably
isn't
isn't
gonna end well. If you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance, shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
Like, I understand what's happening here, for the most part, The main thing that I don't get is how we can already have gouged out 2 of Nidhogg's eyes. Because that's what it seemed to be like he was talking about, was he already had both eyes.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory, only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
Like, we're obviously seeing, like, because the last
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal and take
like
up an
the
honest
origins of like the main houses and the kingdom of Ishgard, or you know, like the early like a long time ago, but.
We 4 then.
Fortan.
Fortan. Hylanart.
Hylanart. That's how you fucking pronounce that. I've been pronouncing it wrong this entire time.
But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more. We must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded?
I mean, not really. I'm probably fine, I think. I hope. Maybe?
You have borne witness to history. To the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat.
Okay, maybe I just missaw the cutscene. Maybe they did only take one eye, and I just completely
lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure
misinterpreted that first part of that cutscene.
A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Haldrath took both of Nidhogg's
I totally didn't.
Then how came this eye
I
to be
totally
lodged in
didn't.
the
It
worm's
just
skull?
acknowledged my confusion. Okay, never mind. So you're giving this to us? I guess if we can carry multiple corpses in our bag at once, I guess an eye is not that absurd.
The question lies buried.
I don't think those fucking bloodstains are ever gonna come out of that fucking armor.
'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side.
Unless it's possible, I
would fain
guess.
return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not too crazy to hold it in our bag.
But we must first have words with
It's probably
Hraesvelgr.
really gross, though.
There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
Like, back in high school, we dissected, like, cow eyes. Those things were fucking gross. Like, God. Carrying around that in my bag all day, except about 3 times larger? Ugh. Though Nidhogg is fallen, my heart is yet heavy, and this stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. Use one of these. Like. With Nidhogg fallen, none same Hraesvelgr remains to answer our questions. Let us trouble the great worm again. And if Iceheart yet lingers at the zenith, all the better. I would have her hear the truth from the dragon's maw. You know, I try. I like my good old scotches, whiskeys, and bourbons. Where am I going? Still can't fly them. My only guess as to how Hraesvelgr still has an eye is maybe he's a primal manifestation, but I have really no evidence to support this. Yeah, maybe. I do work tomorrow, so I make no guarantees, but you know, I'm always down for a little game. You have slain Nidhogg. What more could you desire from this place? Will you not allow Hraesvelgr to mourn the death of his kin in peace? Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift. Ooh. Oh, I can't click that until after the text is over. Give me a moment. Lady Iceheart, the Dragon Song War has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. 'Tis time you learn the truth of its beginning. The whole truth. That we may at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Yep. I'm the same way. Sound the horn, warrior of light. Guys, we're watching a cutscene first. I really hope Hraesvelgr isn't totally pissed at us and doesn't fucking eat us. That would kind of suck. I mean, we could probably take him if he took Nidhogg, but still, we're not really prepared for this fight. Yeah, not really what I wanted to do, buddy, but I have questions, you know.
You mean the moment that I prized your eye from his head.
That would explain the different color. Yeah, you can have that bag. I don't really want it. It's kind of gross, really. At least I have, like, pockets and a backpack. I don't know where the fuck Justinian's carrying his eye. Honestly, it's probably for the best that we don't know. Yeah, I hope to see you next time as well. Have a good night. Oh, come on. It's not that bad, Nidhogg, buddy. Blindness isn't, like, the worst thing in the world. I mean, yeah, your sister is dead. That's pretty bad. The blindness, though, yeah, you could, like, be incapable of flying. Or, like, permanently crippled and not able to move. You know, I wonder what happened to that second eye that he had. Because we know that the Asgardians should have both if they have one. Or I guess that's not necessarily true, but still. Well. Shit. So that's gonna hurt, having your eye literally physically removed. You know, Resvelger, you're honestly pretty chill about me just, you know, learning your past.
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow. Kom an I foran king
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
This one so in Ela.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm all for vengeance and revenge, like, it's great and all, but, literally countless cycles of infinite revenge, not really against people who didn't even cause it and, like, do it in the first place, it's not really justified. Like, we're talking over the course of 1,000 years here, so we're not even talking about the sins of the father. We're talking about the sins of, like, the great-great-great-great-grandfather. It's not exactly justified. Let's get this out of the way. Yep. Ooh, new robes. Always down for some new robes. That looks honestly pretty good. Is it dyeable? It is dyeable. And it's actually dyed pretty well. Cool. Though he lifted not a single claw, 'twould seem that Hrasvelgar wreaked his own manner of vengeance against us. Another cutscene?
'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg, but I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
Are you, I don't know, 100% sure that you killed him? Like, I know his Hrasvelgar said, yeah, he sensed you rip his eye from the skull. But, like, are you sure?
Like, but you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames. And 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance.
That's fair.
We
That's
were
fair.
not so different, he and I.
Damn. The one scenario where I've heard the "we're not so different" quote, and it actually makes total sense. They are literally the same.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other?
I was just asking that question.
Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard?
That's also a very good point. He was very intent on just prolonging it and doing damage every couple, like, decades and, like, inflicting endless torment. Not suddenly, he would have raised the entire, he was planning on raising the entire city. Why now?
Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom? At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return.
Oh, joy. Something tells me it's conspiracy
Fighting has broken out in the
time.
city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
Yeah, something tells me we've got conspiracy, baby.
I gave no
go.
order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragon Song War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us.
No,
Let
he
us
certainly
away,
was.
Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Yeah, let's just try not to kill a bunch of innocent people, yeah? Or...
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
I really like all of the characters that were introduced in this expansion so far. Like, both Ysayle and fucking Estinian are great. Oh god, what do we have now? I spoke of conspiracy earlier.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence. But there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault. And the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then.
Plans?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons
Oh,
both.
joy. I see.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
That's fucking hilarious. Fucking history is so fucking funny sometimes. I mean, to be fair, if I wore a hat like that, I'd probably miss it too. I mean, that's a fucking cool ass hat. Oh, hi, La Brea.
The moment is at hand.
Oh, so you've been cooperating the entire time. I see. You just threw us off by saying... shit.
Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment.
Also, that sounds like a different voice actor for La Brea. Of course, I don't know if that's necessarily...
It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
Maybe it's just because he's in a different body now, and his voice might change depending on the body? I don't know. I don't know how the Ascians work yet. Well, I kind of get how they work. We watched a couple PowerPoint presentations about it. Oh, Hoshafont trusts us enough that even though we have Iceheart in our midst, he's like, yeah, I'll overlook that. They know what they're doing.
There!
Comrades, sheathe your swords. There is no need for further bloodshed.
That makes sense. That's kind of what I was figuring.
My lady!
You just really couldn't tell half the time that it was Thancred's voice act. Thancred.
Come!
Hear me, brothers and sisters! The war is ended! Nidhogg is no more! Aye, it is so! This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the Great Worm low!
You might want to rephrase what you're talking about. Didn't they revere dragons? Aren't you just going to incite more by saying it this way?
The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends! He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead! Let his hatred die with him, I say! Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace!
Have we lost?
No, my friend. Far from it. At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it.
Peace?
Good job, Ysael. You did it.
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
Good on Hoshafont, man. Good on him. I really like that you came to our aid. That was rather too close for comfort, but 'twould seem that calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. Your return to Ishgard in the oddest of company, my friend. Well, you know me. Just constant chaos whenever I'm anywhere. That, my friends, was rather too close for comfort. Praise Halone that things did not end in bloodshed. I confess I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on? Beg pardon, you traveled to the Churning Mist together? Along with Estinian? Never was there a more unlikely alliance. None nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead, the heretics pacified, Father and Sir Aymeric must know of this. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sir Aymeric to Fort Tom Manor. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well. We will wait for you there. You know what, let's just use this fucking Aethernet shard. I don't fucking remember the city layout yet. We're going to the last vigil.
Praise Halone, you are safe.
Was there any doubt? Any doubt?
My safety was never in doubt, Father. For I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
Or like the Crimson Dragoon. My guy, you seriously need to wash that armor off. Give it a good cleaning.
The infamous Lady Iceheart? Here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
Yeah, that's not gonna change overnight.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his Knights 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
I'm liking that you're on our side, Aymeric. It's good that you value justice above your government's, status quo. I like that. Good on ya. Appears everybody here is in agreement.
Sir Aymeric, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
I mean, that's also true.
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known.
God, you're awesome.
You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the Highborn needed men to lead, and the Lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more. A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
My lady, is it wise to let him go?
I don't think
I
there's any
sympathize with the
stopping
Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Aymeric prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him, that which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it, even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
Oh, things are getting good.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone. But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Aymeric is the Archbishop's bastard son.
Oh, fuck.
Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emmerich is truly the Archbishop's son.
I mean, it's a rumor, Alphino. I mean, I'm not surprised, but it is still a rumor. We have no confirmation.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such, but the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Hear, hear. The future of Ishgard rests
Okay,
on Sir Emmerich's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Oh my god, everybody's on the up and up.
Be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emmerich more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
I did not expect a unanimous fuck yeah from the entire group. Oh my god, everybody here is fucking awesome. Let's go. Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit others to our cause. Take the fending. But how are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alphino. Not even the assembled might of House Fortam and the Templed Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. You speak of one of the other high houses? Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumored to reside in the Broom. 'Twas these disgruntled Ishgardians who opened the gates of our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Sir Emerich's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphino, and I would have you and the Warrior of Light reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Very well. We shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks. Estinian, will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They would gladly watch and wait while the Highborn fight amongst themselves. How very wise. We should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tataru may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. Pour it a little bit more. This will be the last glass for the evening, but I am loving this Ardbeg, or Ardbeg, however the fuck it's pronounced. Oh, you're blue. You weren't here before. What's up? Aether Current. And Materia. gods, I've been worried sick. It's so good to see you. And you, Tataru. How did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Brilliant and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. But what about you two? What came of your journey? Yeah, we killed Nidhogg, you know. It was pretty awesome. As always, we're doing a great job. You're not serious. What was Sir Aymeric thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed... Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you are looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is they're led by someone called the Mongrel. A queer moniker, if I've ever heard one, but mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiries below. Eh? What's that? Speak up. I can't hear as well as I used to. Very helpful. I don't know a goddamn thing about the Mongrel, but if I did, you could be sure I wouldn't tell you. Yeah, I didn't think we'd get very far. But, worth a shot, I guess. A mongrel? Not sure I catch your meaning. To a blue blood, we're all of us dogs down here. Not a single shred of information. Just as I suspected. These revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the mass's complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tataru's ears are as sharp as ever. New armor. And that's pretty cool. I mean, we're gonna go with the fending as always, but... Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the Broom, why not go and see if Brilliant knows aught of value? With the proprietor as the proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the Mongrel before. We can only hope that he will be more forthcoming than the others. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot, I guess. Yeah, I know, but fucking pronunciation is hard. Like, I can barely pronounce the English language as is, let alone this fucking French-ass fantasy bullshit, alright? You know, people long for a sympathetic ear, but they need to know that it comes with tight lips. Discretion, that's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales, and I know you've done right by the highborn and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction. But to do that, I need you to do something for me. Oui, baguette, Ishgardian dower. Best I can do is omelette du fromage. Omelets with cheese. That's about the extent of my French. You'd think for taking French back in middle school and high school, I'd know a little bit more than that. I think I can count to 10, but that's about it. So happens there's a hunter up in the Crozier who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Fresh herbs, huh? Go and get them for me. Agreed. In the pillars, which is up here. Jeweled Crozier. Is actually omelette au fromage? Fuck! I was fucking one letter off. You know, it's fucking close enough. So you're fucking gibber. I don't even want to fucking bother. Aaron girl? Good, good. How's he going? Same as always? Right. Anyway, I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of his bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. I mean, yeah, that's entirely possible. That is very much possible. I heard that from like a TV show or a movie, and I thought it was funny and assumed it was real French. I know fromage is cheese. That I know. An omelet's omelet. Well, you gonna hand them over or not? Okay, here's her herbs. Fair enough. Aye, this ought to do it. With a few other spices, I can make it just like she used to. There are a few things which stirs the heart of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories they'll share. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Hierthera is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant to some noble house or another, I forget. Anyway, be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. Why not give her a bottle? Which one is it? It's that one. God, it is hard to believe that Dawn Trail is going to be out in like 2.5 weeks. I think it's 2.5. Well, the early access. Yes, I'm Hierthera. Beg your pardon, but do I know you, miss? I have wine. Here, take it. It's just a gift, you know. Don't ask questions. I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare. Her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame that she was taken in by the Baron. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. 'Twas not more than infatuation what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow, gods, the scandal! I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence, but that was with a cure. But it was with a cure that made it so much. Well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out onto the streets like so much refuse. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. So the amorous nobleman beds his maidservant and then casts her aside when the seed takes root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the woman and children who live it, though. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Gerald Doe, for example. Surely you've heard of him, no? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none which prohibit spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved to drink, it'd be him. Where am I going? I need to go down and then around, I believe. I go the wrong place? Hopefully not. Okay, thank God. Alone's blessings be upon you, miss. A gift? For me? This scent. How reminiscent of a wine once made by a dear old friend, may her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child, yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances, so compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. 'Twas that love that gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. That little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually, she won them over, but those first few years were trying, even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember days when she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out as if searching for her mother's face in the mists. Fucking tragedy, huh? It's just... nothing seems to end well down here. She was a remarkable woman. After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future, for her daughter's future. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us, and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, and we can't escape it no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. And it's really not that hard. There's not that much area to look in over here. Still looking for your mongrel. Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or did you fancy someone specific? Red eyes and raven black hair. Yeah, someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you, though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you ain't of the broom. If you think I'd just tell you because you asked nicely. It was worth a shot. It's... like, I kind of knew that the answer was going to be no, but... you gotta give it a try. Have you made any progress? So a mongrel was born of an Elysian nobleman and a Hurrian maidservant. Granted, it's no location, but it's far more information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries on her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly. I have a premonition this is not going to end well. Yeah, you and me both. Also, fuck, we could have been using the downstairs exit this entire time, couldn't we have? Oh my god, I've wasted so much time walking back and forth when I could have just done that. God damn it. It was pretty funny. That I won't deny. It's even funnier now knowing my folly. Now, where's the second marker? Am I blind? Am I missing this? So it was up there. Oh. God damn it. It went backwards on me. So I checked, like, here-ish, and now it wants me to go over here. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either. I'm sorry, forget I said anything. Wait, down there. Isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her. Quickly, after them.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House Fourtomps Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
No.
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the Blue Blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me,
Oh, that's so
what have I done to
okay.
deserve you?
Well, not a lot. Glad we got that sorted. Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Knight, say? Okay, not even gonna exchange a word. Alright. Alright, let's not walk the long way around this time. Let's do this the quicker way. God, this is so much faster. Fuck. I think the worst part is, I think the first time I went to the Forgotten Knight, I came up through the basement. A level sync? Nope. Yep. It is banned. Also, we got a glimpse of Tataru from her hat over the table. Couldn't even see her over the table. That's fucking hilarious.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Eh? What are they on about?
The high houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Easy, simple. The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
Well,
if Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
That's a pretty big ask.
What in the hells?
Ooh,
the unmistakable scent of heresy. And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats.
Oh, this went very poorly.
Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir'd be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Holy shit, that was kind of impressive.
Such simple creatures, rats. Certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here, your toys could hurt someone.
Well, you know... Ishgard was great. Well, before we pissed everything off.
Right there!
Oh, I actually have it before. Now we're just all... Now we're just all in this shit, huh?
Filthy rats!
Get fucked.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
Oh, don't do something you're gonna regret. Whoa! Whoa! Holy fuck! Triple backflip up 10 with fucking 3 stories. Holy shit! My guy is athletic.
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
I thought the Heavensward might come here as well.
As well?
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavensward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavensward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he? Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
Let me guess. You're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? Because it's what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. Besides, even my pure-blood pops have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. They none of them are well-bred. Else, some of their mothers were cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. Story is old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the Blue Bloods to account. Some have done right by us, I'll allow. Like them at House Hall and Art. Of course, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you? But enough talk. Your friend's still rotting in a cell. Let's not keep him waiting. We've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and the High Houses. That much I'll acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that. Nonsense. If not you, then who? The Temple Knights, of course. Reckoned it was your beloved Sir Aymerich's doing it first, but then I heard how he lost his head. My next best guess would be the Heavensward. That way they'd have the perfect excuse to go door to door through the broom. slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in all one fell swoop. But the Heavensward scheme did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they've been forced to improvise. Fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is cast, so what's the plan? We must divert the attention to the high houses away from the city, and to do that, we need the cooperation of your allies in their service. And what makes you think I have friends in high places? You would be fools not to, given your goals. Low-born knights are ideal recruits. Most swore fealty only out of desire for a better life. If offered the opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not be at least tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear. But it need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with a new threat, a massing of heretics, for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the vault. Spread false reports of an attack to get him out of harm's way, you mean? The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the high houses believe another attack is imminent, they will have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it's decided. To the vault! The Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Sir Aymeric and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Estinian and I will make ready to breach the underground jail and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light, together with Lord Hoshafont and Master Elfinel. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way into the highest levels of the vault, even under the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heavensward realizes what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the jail. Temple Knights loyal to our cause have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you're within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Sir Aymeric and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Then let us do what must needs be done. St. Ramoid's Cathedral. Things are escalating quickly. The others are in position. I will send word once you and your party have entered. Oh, another dungeon. Sick. Joining along the ride for this one. That's strong. Perfect. Let's do this. Level 57. God damn it, I forgot to fix the instant portrait. Shit. We have yet to figure out where any of the other scions are, and now we're looking to topple a government. Oh boy. Also getting to the point where I have Blizzard 4. Let's go. Oh. Okay, that's good. I wasn't sure what was happening there, to be honest. But I lived. gotta remember to at least proc the proc Blizzard 4 once in order to get my Umbral Hearts. Reduce my MP costs. Give me more Fire 2s.
I'll cut you to pieces! I will not yield to you! I have the power!
These portals are doing, but I don't like them. They probably do something if you're knocked back into the... Yes? Oh my god. guess I'll at least grade one thing. I get many mage items here. I mean, a grimoire, I'll read that. I do want to let. Oh, there we go, finally. Some mage items. All right. Oh, you again. Ready to get your ass handed to you again? So soon. This guy sucks. Oh, boy. Let's fucking do this.
Filthy rats!
Damn, I got hit by that. That's okay. Okay, chains?
Sickness must be purged! And now the final curtain! This shall be a mercy. You disgust me. Sickness must be purged. Be done with you.
God, this is a lot of fucking shit to deal with. I gotta for AoE heals. Thank.
Sickness must be purged. Be done with you.
Ooh. That was probably the most intense mechanical fight I've fought yet. Because it was just a lot of new mechanics that I had never seen before, but okay. I mean, fun as hell though. I love all of these bosses.
Our power! How can this be? Fall back!
Oh, you fuckers. You're gonna run?
Father, please!
For a mercy, we were not too late.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
Yeah, your father's just probably a power-hungry
Tear
piece of shit.
down the very pillars of our society? Our history? Our values? Everything we have built over 1,000 years? A fool to the last.
Oh no.
Look out!
Oh, you fuckers. You fuckers. Oh, I don't know who the fuck you are. Oh, you're gonna die. I'm gonna kill you. You're first. Then you're next.
Go. Asisla awaits.
How fucking dare you?
Lord Orchefort!
It's no good. The wound is too deep. It refuses to mend.
You are unharmed? Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
God damn it. Fuck. How dare they? Ashafat was the guy. He was... Oh, fucking hell. Fuck. I know not what to say. The others, they are gathered at Fort Tonk Manor. I cannot believe they just did that to me. Oh, wow. I'm gonna look forward to killing those fucking assholes that did that. My boy did nothing wrong. He didn't deserve that.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
That... I mean... Originally I was gonna comment on how this is the first, like, major character death that we've had that really raises the stakes. But Moonbreeder did die. Although, Ashafat was around a lot longer and interacted with us a lot more. I said that was gonna be my last glass, but I gotta pour one out. I gotta drink to the homie. God damn it. Fucking rest in peace, Hoshfont, man. The cycle of revenge continues. I could not stand there in silence, but when all others had forsaken us, Lord Hoshfont took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction. So that we might face them as knights. We must press on with our mission. Tataru, pray return to your duties at the Forgotten Knight. Let us go and speak with Sir Aymeric. I worry for his well-being.
My friends, I am in your debt.
Think nothing of it. Your wounds are healing well, I trust.
Some wounds do not heal. The Founding. The Scriptures, 1,000 years of lies, all to deceive the common man. Nay, our own brothers and sisters. For the blood of the Knights 12 flows within all our veins. You knew this to be true. You knew, and you concealed it.
I should be interested to hear how you came by this knowledge. But yes, you have the right of it. The architects of Ishgard, King Thordan and his Knights 12, entrapped and butchered the great worm, Ratatosker, that they might partake of her eyes and thereby transcend their mortal limits. Upon learning of their treachery, Nidhogg was consumed with a murderous and justified rage. I dare say you know what followed.
The great worm slew the king and half of his knights.
Aye, but Nidhogg was subdued, and his eyes plucked from their sockets by the knights that remained. Their one mistake was to show mercy, for from his brother Hreisvelger did Nidhogg receive a new eye, thus rejuvenating his form and empowering him to embark upon an eternal quest for vengeance.
Whilst Thordan's son Haldreth took one of Nidhogg's eyes and learned to wield its power in defense of his people.
Thus was the first Azure Dragoon born, and ever since that time, his honored successors have risen to drive Nidhogg from our lands whenever the worm has returned to plague us. I ask you, my son, will you answer for my sins? Will your son and his son answer for me as well?
What do you mean?
If a man cannot atone for his sins in the course of his all too fleeting life, Must his progeny then be held to account? Must every subsequent generation be judged as well? Thorin's betrayal of Ratatoskr was an unconscionable, unforgivable sin. Should we then, as his descendants, meekly surrender ourselves to an eternity of punishment? Nay, say I. I would not see our children sacrificed in a vain attempt to appease an implacable foe. Dragons are not like us, my son. To they who live forever, the wrongs of antiquity are as those of yesterday. No reparations shall ever suffice. This fact alone should serve as ample justification for our actions. Yet some refuse to see it as such. For men like you, who yearn to commit themselves to a nobler cause, a more compelling narrative is required.
Ah, that's fucking scummy
This
as
is your
shit.
solution. This is how you protect our people. You have given us a lost cause, a death sentence. With your compelling narrative, you but doom our countrymen to give their lives for a lie.
And they do so gladly. Highborn and lowborn alike are proud to serve, to fight and die for their country. And what would you say to them? What would you tell the wives who have lost their husbands? The mothers who have lost their sons? That their loved ones died for naught? Over the course of 1,000 years, countless men have donned these robes, and every one of them came to accept the necessity of this solution. Once, I hoped you might come to accept it as well. Do not despair, my son. Soon I shall free us from the sins of antiquity, and bring about the change you so fervently desire. If he has spoken with others, I would have their names. Escort him to a cell and question him thoroughly.
Your Eminence.
You saw something, did you not? A vision of the past?
How do you think?
So this is the power of the Echo. Would that it had shown you a finer moment from my past. 'Twas an exercise in futility, as you saw. Faced with the firmity of his conviction and his many ready rejoinders, my words deserted me. To be frank, I am embarrassed to recall it.
A friend once impressed upon me the importance of differentiating between words, deeds, and beliefs. Were he here, I suspect he would judge your father's conviction to be no more than rank, self-serving delusion. Even so, I cannot help but wonder what manner of change he intends to bring about.
Probably nothing good.
I've given some thought to that as well. During the battle within the vault, the Heavensward demonstrated strange and unnatural abilities.
Aye, the manner in which Ser Zephyrin struck down Lord Horschiffon was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
The spectacle called to mind King Thordan and his Knights 12 as they are depicted in scripture, holy powers and all.
Mere fabrications, which have become objects of faith, instilled with the belief of countless devoted souls. 7 hells!
If Lady Iceheart can use her own body as a vessel for summoning, I see no reason why others could not.
Oh, joy.
Are the Heavensward truly so reckless?
Unbelievable.
As they fled, my father spoke of Aziz La. Though I know not what he intends, I fear no good shall come of it. His ambitions are too great, and his minions too powerful. We must find the Heavensward and stop my father before it is too late.
I, Heimrich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, do hereby entreat the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Our aid in preventing whatever it is that the Archbishop intends. Your aid in bringing him to justice. Too much blood has been spilled for the lies he perpetrated. No more. Life for death. I will have Sir Zephyr's heart for what he did to Ashafat. Yes, yes, of course. You two were close, I know. Much has changed since our Order's founding, but our duty to combat the primal threat has not. If the Archbishop and the Heavensward are guilty of the crime of summoning, then they and I will stop them. Would that I could join you in the pursuit, but alas, my father's absence has thrown our government into chaos. Ever since the founding of our nation, there has been an archbishop to serve as a guiding light for the masses, a force of stability to counterbalance the High House's ceaseless maneuvering. Convincing the people to recognize the truth of our origins would have been difficult even with my father's support. The road ahead is that much more fraught with peril without it. Yet walk it we must, for unity is more vital to our survival than ever. After all, Nidhogg's death did not mark the cessation of Dravanian hostilities. Far from it. We will have great need of each other in the days to come. You may ever count on my lance, Sir Emmerich. To my dying breath, I shall defend Ishgard from the Horde. If I may, Lord Commander, I would like to assist the Scions in their search for the Archbishop. Pray attend me outside. Very well. With me. I believe we have much to discuss. You say you want a revolution. And I think that's a good place to end it. Fucking goddamn it. I can't believe they killed off Hashafat. The fucking assholes. You see, this is why I want to play this game more than once a week, story-wise, is because I'm fucking loving it. Holy fuck. This entire fucking stream with its story has bing fucking phenomenal. Fuck Square Enix, you know? Fuck you. You didn't have to do that. It could have taken somebody else, man. But you had to take Hashafat of all fucking people. I'll fucking get them for this. I'll fucking pay. But regardless, I don't even know how to fucking end the stream anymore. Thanks everybody so much for watching, if you still are. I'll be back on Friday with Pathfinder as usual. Honestly, with all my capture card problems, I'm thinking about just doing maybe a long stream on Saturday and getting Sonic Frontiers done so we can just start playing this twice a week starting next Monday. But it'll really depend on if I have to pick any more shifts up this week. We'll find out. But regardless, I hope everybody enjoyed as much as you could enjoy the fucking Hashafat's death, and have a good night, I guess. I'll see y'all next time, hopefully. Man, fuck those guys.